The best defense is a good offense. Conservatism and Christianity have been under attack since Obama first took his oath of office. Liberals made it job one to disassemble everything decent, holy, and American. At first, it was subtle. America was gauging the implications of its first black president. Even those who didn't vote for him stood back and stayed. The people had spoken. Perhaps we had truly put the past behind us, and maybe this really was a new day. Then it began. Ever so slowly, truths began to erode. Little things such as taking down the Ten Commandments at some rural county courthouse. There was some protest, but in the end it was reasoned that perhaps the monument did blur the line between church and state. Forgetting the Hammurabi Code, the commandments were deemed to be solely religious. Then the attack moved on to Christian, from late-night talk show hosts to open disdain for the followers of Christ, and they were ridiculed and held in suspicion. The millennials, having little or no religious foundation, fell right into this, and it became fashionable to disrespect the faithful. Indeed, some of the flock became those seeds that fell on rocky ground, yielding to public pressure and putting their lamp under a basket. Then Islam made its debut. The system that gave us 9/11 became a protected class, with Obama leading the charge, claiming that we should respect the Prophet of Islam. Cities began to be dominated by Muslim majorities, and suggestions of Sharia law be imported into local municipalities. It was proposed to raise a mosque on the very site where the religion of peace murdered 3,000 Americans not long before. The liberals glowed at the raising of this cult to celebrity status, even as they jeered at the Christians. Then gay rights morphed into LGBTQ and any other letters that represented any sort of perversion that could be devised. Pedophilia became minor attracted. Gay marriage became the law of the land. The Christian right had become so neutralized that a Christian baker refusing to bake a cake for what he considered to be an abomination had to fight all the way to the Supreme Court. It took the Supreme Court to rule and affirm that indeed a private business could refuse service to anyone. But the baker lost his business anyway. When Horemheb became the pharaoh, he destroyed all evidence of Tutankhamun and I. Using the stones of their monuments to construct new ones, he stabilized Egypt by erasing history. And so the left sought to do the same for America. Statues that had been there for 100 years were pulled down as the liberals danced in ecstasy. Flags that had flown for decades were removed, and even the writings of the founding fathers were removed from textbooks to be replaced by drag queen story time. A simple idea that a woman should not hide their faces in shame became the hashtag #MeToo movement. And while practically everyone agreed that it was right to lift this veil, before long careers were being lost as women who had consensual sex suddenly reconsidered 20 years later and approached the courts and, of course, social media. Before they were done, no one even noticed the Statue of Liberty. America itself had become a hashtag #MeToo as the Lady Justice was raped. Facebook, YouTube, and a host of other platforms redefined freedom of speech. The same liberals who screamed for the removal of the Ten Commandments now held Facebook as gospel. Newspapers became a thing of the past, replaced by memes and with total disregard for the truth while shouting collusion. They completely ignored the fact that Facebook ran Russian memes and status postings and took their money. Facebook jail became the dark reality for anyone identified as a Christian conservative or said anything negative about the religion of peace. Then there was a man. He was the antithesis of the perverted, ungodly left. He was white, rich, Christian, and he had this idea that we can make America great again. Those very words, indeed just the letters, MAGA, printed on a red baseball cap, sent the left into a seizure. A boy from Texas was assaulted by a grown man for simply wearing this cap. The man from New York ran for president. His opponent was the final solution for the soul of America. If she were to be elected, America's highway to prosperity would become Mad Max. As late-night talk show hosts made jokes, Hillary made plans for her ascension to the throne. America hunkered down. It became too dangerous to openly declare support for this man or even wear the red baseball cap. But on election day, after the votes were counted, it became apparent that again America had spoken. The deplorables had just retired the New World Order. What the election polls had predicted had turned upside down by the election results. The left did not go quietly. It exposed itself for what it truly was, the exact opposite of that was godly, wholesome, and good. The new president could not even get an agreement that perhaps it might be a good idea to shut the swinging door on our southern border and vet those trying to end it. The never-ending attack on him persisted nonstop until today, even making light of his going to offer condolences to those having lost friends and family just a week ago. But they are a day late and a dollar short. Millions of dollars short, actually, because they spent those trying to prove that this man had eaten Russian dressing on his salad, and it came up with vinegar and oil. It took longer than 3 days, but the conservative Christian voice has arisen, and the two-edged sword proceeds from its mouth, and there is going to be the wailing and the gnashing of teeth and the crystal clear echoes of that voice in 2020, and America will be great again.